bit of a mess. Everybody just sort of hung around for 15 minutes waiting for me to say something. And of course, I was talking. And nobody could hear me. Surprise, surprise. Let me know if the audio is getting a little too loud. It looks like I'm okay. I got stupid music on. Let me turn that off. How about that? Is that better? Yeah, thanks, Seth. I got it. One day I'll get that figured out. I kind of suck at that. Philip, Seth, Sleestack, you're on. I missed you the last couple weeks. Last name Castro. Can you phonetically spell that first name? Is it Maritza? And the parentals are on, giving me some thumbs and some waves and some thumbs and some waves and some thumbs. Whoo! It's a little warm here too. Let me know how the audio sounds now that the stupid music is off. Cool. Thanks, Seth. Taylor, morning from where? I probably should remember, and I don't remember. Maritza. All right, I got it. And Philip, maybe I've already said hey. All right, cool. We got a fun-filled evening in store for you, if you like that stuff. If it works. I don't know if it's going to work. I haven't taken this one apart. So we'll start there, and we'll see what we got going on. Coral Frenzy. My fish and LPS favorite food. And it hides what I'm drinking, which is a Newcastle. So it's a... Is it boxes? Oh, it can be boxes too. We're gonna do a trifecta. Sydney. Yeah, Taylor. I should remember that. Never mind. I had something to say, and I probably shouldn't, so it's okay. I don't want to cross the streams. I see my son is posting on Instagram. Oh, wait. Here's one. Ready? How many we got? Maybe I can play it later. 3. Really? No. Maybe. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, Remy. Remy has this video live right now, doesn't he? Florida. Crown Royal. Man, I have not had a Crown. I should go get some. I have not had Crown in quite some time. Remy posted his video. Did it go up, or does this go up Central Time? Bahama Llama was going to do some par business, and I wanted to check it out. So I will... oh, Travis is on. Wah, wah. Well, that's... whatever. He does good live streams. So maybe I'll just put his live stream up on the other monitor and we'll just play that and watch it together like this. They're good. Can't complain. Let's talk. This was up when I turned on the stream. Let's talk. Man. There's no, like Costco, Kirkland, Maritza. There's none of that business here, unfortunately. When I lived in California, that was nice. Not here. Whatever. Governments and stuff. Let's talk about this real quick, because I had this up when I started the stream. This is interesting. So you see this? It's huge. Dude near me, Bryce. Bryce is awesome. Bryce knows what's up. Bryce is a reefing mentor for sure. He has a lot of good information. He's providing that information, which I totally value. Bryce let me borrow his humongous old school metal halide with a 20K Hamilton bulb that looks just like the radium, not radion, radium 20K. This stupid big. It's like hanging your sink. It's gigantic. I left it out in the driveway, and I let it run for like 3 hours, and just to let it warm up. And I wasn't going to bring it in the house because then the air conditioner would run a whole lot. And it was just so big. But I did a par comparison and a spectrum comparison between that and the Mitris LX7, the GHL light, that I've got dialed in. Actually, I'm going to make this big. I'm going to hide me. Maybe you can see... oh, I could do this. Bam! So, what's up, Tyler? This this light is freaking gigantic, right? I'm gonna scooch this over. Here you go. There's some real-time action right here. Hopefully you can see my mouse. Yeah, you probably can't. So I'm not gonna be able to do anything about that. But what you can see here is the colored spectrum, the Roy G. Biv that you got going on here. This way. The colors, that is the Mitris LX7. That is the LED. The ghosted spectrum... Alexa, stop. I can't have any nice live streams. The ghosted spectrum is the metal halide. So a couple things to note. First, it's scaled for par. So it was, I'll round, 70% of the Mitris par. And then look how narrow this stuff is. This was running 400 watts. I'm going to plug it in to kilowatt to see what it's really drawn from the house. But you can see these super narrow spikes of 410 and 455-ish. That sucks. That's just super narrow. I know people were successful with these lights. But I'm glad I don't have to fiddle with those. Because they're just so hot and big. And you can absolutely reproduce these spectrums with LEDs. This was just interesting to see. If this was a Radeon, if this was a Gen 4 XR30 Pro, it would have this same spike. So it's very interesting to see that the Radeons mimicked the AB Plus mimics the 20K metal halide. I don't know. I found that interesting. That was a lot of talking. But that thing's gigantic. It's too big. It's too big. If I move the par meter close, of course, I get higher par. Or the spectrometer close, I get higher par. And you would, of course, adjust those lights' height to get the par you're looking for. I don't know that there was any dimming with those things. It sure doesn't look like it. It's very interesting stuff. Couple of things I'm fixing to work on. These here are linear. Let me pull it out of the stupid bag. These are diffraction grading slides, right? It's just like one little slide. It's similar to what you would have if, like, you were going to look at an eclipse, look at a total eclipse. And then I also have a USB webcam. So all of this cost me like $70. And I'm going to make one of those DIY spectrometers because I think that's really cool. So if you take off this is a focus lens. If you take this off, you see that little cool color coded thing? That's the IR cut filter. If you remove that, then this thing can see infrared and can also see visible spectrum. So a combination of this and some acrylic maybe. Maybe I'll just do it out of acrylic, and I can make my own spectrometer for $70 plus whatever scrap acrylic I use. And then the software is free, which is even cooler. And then I can compare it to the legit spectrometer and hopefully get that thing dialed in and hopefully be able to share the design so people can have both. Because then you can also measure intensity with this thing. Maybe a DIY good enough. You know what's best? You know what's always the best thing? Good enough. Maybe you can have a DIY spectrometer and par meter built into one. So we'll see. We'll see. There's people out there who have done it. There's people out there who have pinged me, showed me that they've done it, and they're working on it, and I think that's amazing, and I want to be like them and do some of this stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's the boxes part. I suppose these are boxes too. These are 3 watt, and this is 460 to 470, whatever. And this is royal blue, which is like 440, so it's probably going to measure 450. These are little 3 watt diodes, because these are toast. This is where's my, I don't have a tape. This is this, oh wait, I can do it here. This is an 18 inch, maybe. Oh, look at me do this. 15 inch. This is a 15-inch Reef Brite. What's up, Dar Sanchez? And yeah, Tyler, maybe I could pull this off. We'll see. And look, you see those? Every other? They're jacked. And first, oh, I don't have a power supply, so that freaking sucks. Yep, that's going to suck. We're not going to be able to do part of this. But we can do some of it. I want to replace those because they're just fried. I don't know why they're fried. We're going to take it apart and we're going to see what's up. And then maybe I'll replace one with the soldering iron so we can show what's up. What's up, Lynn? Can't stay. Hey, Lynn. You're awesome. Thank you. I was going to use tape to block it off so I could just measure the spectrum of like one, but I didn't bring up a power supply because I'm big stupid. That's okay. Did I put those cut DVs in here? I don't want to lose. Yep, I don't want to lose those. Yeah. So go Google DIY spectrometer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And maybe with the parts that I have, maybe it'll work. By the way, this is Gaffers tape. If you don't have Gaffers tape, get some, because it's better than duct tape. And you'll feel good about yourself if you have Gaffers tape. Movie people, they do cool stuff with Gaffers tape. All right, let's take this thing apart. Anybody got any questions? Is it really just 3 people? I wonder. If the 3 people watching could give a brother a like, I would appreciate that. We'll see if other people drop in later. But let's do this. I have taken apart one other Reef Brite because I really wanted to see what was inside. And how do you know what you got unless you take it apart? Everybody having a good weekend? What'd y'all do? Oh, I have one to show. Watch this. This is my kid. My kid got he got a new bow. and we went out to the local free range today and did some shooting. Watch this. This is 40 yards. You can't hear it. I don't think you can hear it. Maybe you can hear it. Oh, you can. Blap. 40 yards. Bullseye. How about that? We'll watch that again. Boom. Nailed it. First try. He's a pretty good kid. My daughter came out. My grandson came out. My wife was there. We were all... Why is it better? 13 watch or 9 likes for me. Man. Taylor, my business is not keeping up. Shocker. Shocker. I'm surprised I'm even live. Why is it better? Mara. Why is what better? What did I say? I missed it. What the heck did I click there? Look, it made the chat go away. Why is what better? Oh, look, it even says it on the bottom. Wait, you can't see. It says Coral Frenzy. What's up? I want to send you a light that the colors are so amazing from... I want to send you a light that the colors are so amazing from Fathom LED. He stopped making lights for now, but the colors are amazing, especially blue. Maybe you can reverse engineer. We have to be careful with the term reverse engineer. Went hiking. Had to get out of the house. I hear that. Hello, mother. Yeah. I had my daughter out. Her significant other. The grandson. My wife. The boy. We were all out shooting bows and arrows today. And it was glorious outside. We had shade. Not a big fan of the sun. And it was beautiful. So that was good. Back to that question. Why is it better? Why is what better? Fathom LED. So I'm going to look. Can I do that? Can I show chrome? Nope. Nope. I'm not showing that. Spectrometer. See the colors rather. That's what I meant. Why is Gaffers tape better? Because it peels off clean. It doesn't leave any residue. It holds really strong. And it's more fabric-y than duct tape. I think both have their purpose. But it's cool. And it's black. Oh, you know what? It comes in other colors too. But it has a real nice feel to it. And it sticks really well with no residue. You know what you didn't expect to hear? I need to look. Fathom LED. Everybody look. LED. Nope. I'll look later. Nothing popped up. Actually felt good in Baltimore today. It was really nice out. It was mid 60s, maybe low 70s. And it was really nice out. Plus, look, wait a minute. That kid with his super douchey white glasses. I can shoot, and he can shoot, and I'm glad he can shoot. Oh, wait, I need to show you. Here we go. So I took the screws out of this jobber right here. Oh, maybe I forgot something else too that I learned from taking the other one apart. This is just plastic, and it's a little dirty. I could probably stand to clean that. Let's see. What do I have up here? Oh, hold on. Please hold. Yeah, well. Let's see if we can do it with the knife. I'm gonna have to heat this up to get it to pop out. Live on YouTube. Dumbass cuts his finger off. I'm gonna have to bend that back. There it is. There we go. Shoo! These are easy to bend back. Don't be scared of them. You just bend them back and then you wipe your fingernails off, or your fingerprints off, and you're good to go. So that is how you pull the reflector out of a Reef Brite. Because that crap is, oh, is it? No. Because that crap is glued in. This is silicone. So that's a good thing. And this is nice. This is done better. This is done better than the other one I did. The other one I have is newer. The other one's hot glued together with some wire nuts inside. So it's really good to see that this one is done a little nicer. Now underneath here, this is better than the other one. I like to see this. See, this is good. A little bit of tape is okay. Underneath here is thermal compound, and it's gonna suck. I'm not gonna want to put this on my desk. This is. I am saying right now that this light, the old Reef Brite. I don't know if this has a date on it. It doesn't. This old Reef Brite is made well. Dare I say, better than the new one. It is. All right, let's do this. I just found in T5 hybrid pressure today. When I went and ordered another for the other side, I also ordered some 3-watt 420, 440 LED chips to maybe swap. Yeah! Get it, Jake? That's what I'm talking about. See, this is silicone too. That's really interesting. I'm glad to see these older lights are made well. Let's fire up the soldering iron, shall we? It's really too bad that I'm not going to be able to tell what spectrum each one is. But I could, like, guess. But I'll replace, like, one and show you how that's done. If that's cool. So first, a couple things. 10 of these is $8. 10. $16's here. You can do that math. Ain't much going on inside here. What's this one? This one's royal blue. So we're gonna swap out a royal blue for the whatever this burnt one is, and then we're gonna figure out later the order of these. It's interesting that every other is cooked. So And then I'm looking forward to see the performance of these lights, these LEDs compared to the stock ones, to see how long they last. I should probably have a little thermal compound up here. So these have a polarity, and you can tell the polarity by the directions of the tabs, right? And probably on the bottom. And this is nice. This light's nice in that it has plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. I'm sure the hole means something, but we'll stick it on there and we'll just see. But I'll show the replacement process, not the successful operation. We'll save that for me to fail off live. And then I got to put new thermal compound on there, which I have downstairs. That's not a big deal. Thermal compound, super important. If you're going to put a light back together, make sure you have some. And make sure you refresh it, because you see on here how much is in here, and you want to make sure some's on there because it's using this whole extruded aluminum body, I'm assuming it's aluminum, as the heat sink. So you want to make sure, like some of these are kind of hot. That thing got hot, right? That light is roasty. You just want to make sure that you're able to transfer the heat out of this bar into that body. The LED chips, I get the hole in the tab is the negative side. That's what I assumed, and I very much appreciate the confirmation. If you're soldering, have a shiny tip. If your tip's not shiny, then it's not going to transfer the heat well, and you're going to have to work for it. You know, I'm just going to take this one right here. See, I learned something. Thank you, Bandit. Where would you recommend buying LEDs if I wanted to start playing around with some? Taylor, I don't know where y'all get them over there. I get mine from... This is funny. I get mine from Rabbit LED, or I get them from Amazon. Like these are Chinese. These aren't Cree. So you get these lamps. I get them from Amazon. And that has always worked well for me. You can also get them from AliExpress. If you have that as an option, absolutely a good option. Bandit, they're probably all made in the same place, right? This is really interesting. I don't have, you know, nobody listens to me. But, Tulio, Reef Brite, you're listening to me? Make your new lights like you did your old lights. They're made better. Let's see if we can't pop that off. I should be using... I wonder if that is... Oh, you know what? Is it possible that is connected to the heatsink? Let's see. It might be. Yeah. Is that glued down? That's interesting. if you live in the state of California, they have determined that soldering can cause cancer, but you don't have to walk outside with a mask on. So whatever. But if you solder anywhere else, you're okay. Not really, but whatever. I find that funny. I need to get that little sucker off of there. And it looks like, and it's totally possible, that that is thermally held. So this is going to be a super short-lived DIY because I've never done this before. See, that's how you know. That's when I fail. Yeah, AliExpress will have these. Just look up Shenzhen. You'll find them. There's like an official store, I think, on AliExpress. Oh, how does that come off? Does that... There's no way that's soldered. But we'll try. Maybe it is. That would make sense that it is. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, look at the stupid guy. So, you kind of need a hot work rework then. I bet I could do this with solder, so we'll try. But a hot work rework, or a hot rework, hot air soldering gun will heat that up nice and even so that when you place it on there, then that little jobber will totally stick and the heat will be transferred via the solder. And that'll work better. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to do it old school. It's not going to work. Ooh, did it work? It worked. What? It didn't work well, though. Maybe we can heat up the LED. Let's stick it on there. See, this is when a hot rework would work better. Because then you wouldn't look so stupid. But that's the idea. If I get... you know what? Screw it. I'll just do it. Caster Troy, you're going to dig that bar. Let me get the hot air rework. And for those playing along, hot air rework is now a drinking game. So anytime the dumbass guy on the internet solders and says hot air rework, you take a shot. See how that works? Now we're going to get noisy. We're going to unplug the mic. We're going to move the tape. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it. And we're going to crank this sucker up. I haven't used this since the failed, which was successful ultimately, the failed. Oh, I can use the new flux. The failed DIY light diode change, where I went from 450 to 470. All right, we're heating up. Remember we talked about flux? I think I talked about flux last week if you were on. This is better flux than what I've been using. This stuff. This is great for a soldering iron because it's thick and it's easy to work with. But having no kidding, I wish this screwed in like a legit syringe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This says we're 500 degrees. I'm putting on my old man second pair. What'd I miss? Oh, it's burning the paper. Ooh. Ooh, don't do it that way. Alright, so we're going to have to figure some stuff out because that's not going to work. We're going to have to just heat this up. Can you see what it's doing there? You want to see what's inside? I can see what's inside. That's the diode. Man, that melted up quick. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the bullet train to break brand new Stuffville. Man, it's working. It's nice and hot. This is trash, this is trash, this is trash. Good thing those are cheap. I don't know that I can pull this off, but we're going to give it a shot. Theoretically, I should just have to... I bet they do these in an oven. Now that I'm thinking about it. I bet they do. So what they do is they heat up this whole bar. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tin that. While we wait for that thing to heat up, actually, I can probably get this to flow a little bit. Yeah, see, that makes it nice and shiny. You see that? I don't know if this is going to work either. But we're going to give it a shot. That little sucker's holding some heat. So theoretically, if I heat this up, fudge, that's hot. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Who am I shouting out to? So, right. 3 simple steps to replacement LEDs in a Reef Brite. I'm going to have to work on this for a little while. This is going to take some effort. It's totally doable if you have the right tools. I'm going to let this thing cool off because this thing's cheap and it's running at 500 degrees and I don't think that thing's going to last that long. So always run your hot air rework cool before you turn it off. What's up, Neil? Yup. I have a thing for. First, I have a thing for lights that are made better when they're older, and this is a better made light than my newer Reef Brite. Dig that knot? Can you see that knot? This is the right way to do things. See that knot? That's the right way. That way you can't pull it out through this little grommet thingy. That's good. I suppose I should have been doing this just on the... Yep, damn it. Don't solder on your cutting boards because it melts it. You just need to go back to drinking beer and opening boxes. But as you can see, that new LED's on there, and it's on there pretty good. I think I will. I'm gonna hit the terminals. Hopefully I put it on the right way. Yep, I did. I'm gonna hit the terminals with a little bit of solder. I think I'm gonna put a little flux on there to get that solder to flow. And that's that. Now that LED is replaced. The old one was crap. It was burnt. You can clean this up with, and I would. In this particular case, I would. Clean this up, this whole thing. You get rid of that thermal compound, you replace it with new. I would replace all these other LEDs that are looking a little funky with new ones. I might even go so far as to just replace them all. I could stick this whole bar in the oven. I could desolder the wires, put this whole bar in the oven, and just get it nice and hot. And then these LEDs will just, you can pick them right off. And then you could theoretically, you could do the same thing. If you tin the bottoms of them, like I did with that one where I put a little flux on the bottom, and then I put some solder on it, with this whole thing in the oven, so you wouldn't need a rework. It solders all flowed, and then you could just, with tweezers, nice long tweezers or something that maybe you have for your Reef, you could just place them on their pads, and they'll self-center, and the pads will make contact like they did here, and you'll have brand new LEDs. I don't know what the temperature would be that you would set your oven. Maybe try 350 on like a pizza pan and just see if the LEDs come off. And if they do, then you know you have the right setting. If that makes sense. That's what I would try. That's what I would try. So, I don't know, does that seem difficult? To me it doesn't. It may be time consuming. But I think if you're going to go out and you're going to buy a whole new freaking light instead of maybe replacing them with $12 worth of LEDs, give your light to somebody that is interested in repairing it, and you take the new light. And then there's 2 people with lights. to go grow corals and that kind of business. What else is going on? What's going on with everybody? I see places are starting to open up. I find that a little sketch. I know. We got to do it. I get it. It makes sense. I wonder why this wasn't updating. Bandit, if you do that, man, hit me up. Let me know what temperature worked to get bars to melt, to flow. I bet it's 400. I suppose I could take a temperature reading of my soldering iron to know what that temperature is. How about this? This is getting good, right? This is getting a little ridiculous. You can look at a little bit of this back here. I don't know. That's kind of all I had. I talked about the spectrometer that I want to bake. I talked about the LED chips to replace burnt up LEDs. I'll have to put this back together. My refugium's only going to have one light until I put this back together. Talked about it's a whole 150 chipboard. I set my iron at 300, but it's from Amazon. All right, 350 or 400. That's what I say. Put that whole thing in there on a pizza pan and go for it and see what happens. It's the only way to learn. It's the only way I learn. Because I'll take the guidance of somebody who's done it before me, but I'll absolutely go repeat it just to see if it's going to work. Who's been trolled? Any of y'all been trolled? Made it in time to drop a thumb and say thank you for your... Man, that's really nice of you, Blue Ribbon Reefs. Thank you very much. That's super kind. I was just getting into my old man stories. Not the one time when I met Tony Stark. Not when I toured Bruce Willis through the cockpit of a B-2 stealth bomber. Not when I got to fly a Cessna off the 2-2 at Edwards Air Force Base. Or the backseat of an F-16. None of those stories. Nobody wants to hear those. Those are all boring. I'm going to screw these back in. Because I'll lose these. Because like I said, I'm old. Why is being a troll a thing? Like, what do people get out of that? Why don't they help? And when I say help, I kind of mean like legit help. Like go learn something and share the information, or share the information you already have with somebody who's in trouble. There's these people out there that don't know anything. Tony Stark was a good man. He told me thank you once. There's these people in the reefing community that don't actually do anything like themselves. They may have a tank, but the majority of their time is spent reading other people's stuff and regurgitating it as if it's their own. And I don't know why that's a thing. I suppose it's a thing because you want to sound like you know what's up. You want to sound cool. You want to sound knowledgeable, so people thank you and stuff. I would almost thermally, well, then you're never, ever, ever going to take this out. So I kind of get why they do it with just thermal compound and not thermal adhesive. That makes sense to me. And there's absolutely no way, no reason to bolt that thing down if you're just going to use the reflector to pin it in place, right? So maybe I get why this is made the way it is, and I don't have a problem with this one. I have a problem with the new one. I don't have a problem with this one. This one's made nicely. The new one isn't. But still kind of expensive. I don't know. I think the more people that get those AliExpress lights, the more maybe manufacturers will listen a little bit, because they're not providing anything better than what you're getting with that AliExpress light. See? Now the reflector's back in shape. But yeah, why do people troll? Just help. Because the hobby is so freaking expensive. Boom car 911. I disagree. I respectfully disagree, but I disagree. The hobby can be as expensive or inexpensive as you want it to be. Right? I have the work tank running downstairs. Free tank, 15 tall, turned it into all-in-one with some cut acrylic anybody could do on a table saw. Cheap pump. That was probably a Rio in there, real cheap off Amazon, tiny little pump, and that's the recirc pump for the all-in-one. A Jabo power head. The nicest thing I have on that tank is a Finex heater with an Inkbird. So that tank, all in, there's not even ATO on that tank, and I have harped on ATOs. I think you need an ATO, and I'm running that tank without an ATO because I don't have where to put the water container. I bet all in that tank's $175. Even with the crap sand that was in there. You can easily do a reef tank for under $200. And it thrives. There's coral in there. There's fish in there. They're all happy. Or you can go crazy, like me, like in the basement, and just make it a very expensive hobby. That is a thing. And that's a legit thing, and I get that. But I think for new people, I think this hobby can be inexpensive. I think that's possible. Especially with, well, then you throw in the freaking Canada card, dadgummit. And you guys get the shaft a little bit there. It's reasonable. That's a reasonable argument. You win this round. I've been hearing a lot of talk about trolling from tons of YouTubers, and I feel like there are more angry board people than normal right now. Blue River Reefs, I hope that's legit. I hope that's accurate. I hope, but I don't think it is. I think there's always going to be a jerk. And they're difficult to play with. Let me say, my tanks are from Petco with canister filters. Rather than put money into corals, I'd rather put money into corals and crazy setups. Yup, you can do that. My tanks are, my display is free. It was given to me by the dude that got me into reefing, Shane. I still have that. The 40-gallon is a 40-gallon breeder that I hit up the inappropriate reefer. I hit up Moki. I was like, hey, man, are you going to Petco? He goes, yes. And he comes over and he drops it off and he says, it's on me. I'm like, well, dude, let me give you money for the tank. Let me give you the $40. He's like, it's all good. And I was like, that was genuinely nice. It was super nice of him. Whatever. I try to do everything I can for that guy because he's nice. That's the way it should be. Nice people end up with, like, all the help and all the encouragement and all that whatever they need. I think that's not too much to ask. I get there's a whole lot of other crap going on. COVID sucks. Cops. Bad cops suck. Bad. That's bad. That's like a bad military person. I was in the military. I'm retired. And that's bad. And that's really difficult to manage, especially when you're put in a position of power. All that sucks. And I feel for the people who have to deal with that crap because it's not cool. That's not nice. See? More not nice. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I live in my silly little bubble. And I don't get it. But I work with good people. There's good people here. There's good people on Instagram. There's good people outside. Neighbors are good people. Do you think there are possible negatives from having same rock? Oh, we'll get back to reefing. Thank you. Thank you for helping. Don't be a troll. Because you're not helping anybody. You're just propping up your ridiculous ego. And nobody cares about you. That's fair. All right, we'll get back to reefing. Do you think there are possible negatives from having some rock that sticks out of the water a bit? No, I don't think so. I can't back that up with data. That's just an opinion. So watching your salinity, so if it starts leaching salt out of the water, that's a great answer. That makes sense. So you just gotta whatever. You gotta have a little mister, and you gotta hit that rock with some stuff occasionally, right? But don't be a troll. What else did we talk about? We talked about that picture. We talked that picture too, right? We talked this picture right there. We did. If you weren't on here before, the colors are a Metris LX7 from GHL, and the Ghosted Spectrum is a 400 watt, holy crap, 400 watt metal halide Hamilton 20K that looks just like the Radium 20K. I was just super surprised to see those narrow peaks. Ooh. That's fair. That's what I figured. Keep the blaster. Toothbrush nearby. Yep. What did I do last week? I sold a bunch of... Cool people came by and did some porch pickups. I put corals in a cooler out front, and they let me know when they were like 5 minutes away, and I'd load the cooler up with all sorts of goodies. And some people got some really big Pink Floyd chalices and some even better purple Monties. It was cool to be able to get rid of some of that stuff. Didn't make a damn dent. If you're local and you want some of the stuff that I post, just let me know. If I forget, remind me, please. But I do have some more to sell. And I sell dirt cheap. I'm not in it to make money. I'm in it to cover very minor costs. Oh, see? Now we got some smart people going on. Tyler says run your ATO down the waterfall to clear that rock off. I like that idea. Those lights are nice. How large of an area do you figure it covers? The Mitris, what GHL states 2x3, so 24 by 36. I would use them in the same capacity as you see Bulk Reef Supply when they test Radions, either Gen 4 or Gen 5s. So however they have a Radion configured over a tank, that's how I would set up a Metris. And I like that light. That's a good light. And y'all know lights, I have some, right? So I know Radions, I have a bunch. I know the Metris, I have 2. Reef Brites, I got 3. AliExpress bars, I got a couple. I like those Metris. I think that's a really good light. And they're easy to control. I've enjoyed using it, and the corals look really good. Mara, you were one of those. Thank you for coming by. I watched from the window, which is lurker-ish. But I did see you come out and pick up the corals. So you got you got a pretty big Monty, right? You got a pretty big purple Monty. Cross, that's super nice of you. I'm just a dude, right? I'm just a hobbyist. I'm just somebody who's not afraid to take things apart and break them and fix them and go and learn and fail and learn and fail and then learn and have a little success and then do the little happy dance because I did something right. I'm just lucky in that I'm not, and try this. Just be prepared for the negative outcome, but I'm not scared to take things apart and discover what's inside and break them and learn how they operate. And I'm not scared to set stuff up like the way that people tell you not to do it. I want to know why, so I'll do it just to learn. Just try. You'll see what I'm saying. If you have any technical abilities at all, do it. If you haven't soldered, go solder. Try it. I think soldering is a cool skill to learn and to stay active with. But Cross, if you need help, DM me on Instagram. I'll try to help. 100 gallons, so get some frags when it's ready. Blue. I have no room in a BioCube. You know what? I have no... I picked up from Dude Seth and Lynn locally, I picked up 5 new corals this week. Frags, small frags, good size frags, whatever, regular size frags. And those are really, really nice corals, and I can't remember the name, and I'm looking forward to... I'll forget their names, whatever, but I'm looking forward to them growing because a couple of them are really pretty. I'm hoping to see them survive and be happy. Talking about lights, tell me why I can't run the light at 100% intensity. The sun is, what, 100 times more brighter. Boom car, 911. Why can't you run your light at 100% intensity? I do. What light do you have? I run 2 of my lights at 100%. One's a Radeon Gen 4 Pro, and the other is a Metris. The Metris in the back is running at about 80%. The one up 70% maybe. The one up front is absolutely running at 100%. It was huge. Yeah, Mara, that was a nice... That's how I roll. You helped me out by coming and picking up a couple corals from me. So I do what I can to make sure that either you get a coral that's too big, or you get a coral that maybe you can share with a friend. That's the whole idea. That's what I'm trying to do. Taylor, very kind. Thank you. I found a huge 60-pound beautiful piece of legit Pucani. The good old days of Pucani. My AI freshwater took a dip in the sump. That's horrible. And some resistors and stuff is toast. Is the light complete garbage now? The light is probably complete garbage. Yeah, if it was powered on when it hit the water and stuff gave up the ghost and the magic smoke came out, it's a goner. You might be able to find somebody that could do component level repair for you. I suck at that, so I can't be that guy. Or maybe you can see if Aqua Illumination can help you out. My dosing explanation was on point. I have some crazy dosing stuff. I ordered some of those AliExpress light bars, and I'm going to try something with those. Cross, that's cool. I'm looking forward to... hit me up and let me know what you're going to do with them. That'd be pretty cool. Those are nice bright bars. Philip. I do sell corals, but I sell locally. I'm not selling... oh, wait. I have a picture. Oh, no, I don't. But I can talk about it because I learned a lesson this week. Actually, Seth was super helpful. No, Bryce. Oh, I keep screwing that up. Bryce was super helpful and taught me a lot about what I need to do. So I do sell corals And Mara, don't be concerned about this because it's not the same tank. But I'm not going to be moving. Well, I could dip it and the stuff would be fine, but whatever. I have Acropora eating flatworms chilling in my frag tank. So I had no idea. There was no sign of it on my corals. And then I cut a frag for Bryce, the local guy, and he sent me a picture back. He's like, dude, and I was like, oh no. He's like, do this, 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 and this, and you'll be fine. I was like, all right. So I'm following his recipe. So I do have Acropora eating flatworms. But any of the stuff that went out last week, hopefully you dipped, because I did, but hopefully you dipped, and you'll be good. So that was a huge lesson for me, because I hadn't had bugs. I have Aptasia, and if you don't have Aptasia, you're super freaking lucky. But I had never had bugs before, and I had no sign of it. So it was really awesome to receive an education from another local reefer and then provide information how to address it in a way that won't kill my tank. That's the goal. So I'm chasing down some wormwood. You do a quarter cup of that in a 2-liter jug of Rhodey. You shake it up, and you're basically making wormwood tea. And you then dose that in your tank. I don't remember the specifics, but I have it written down every day. And then I'm going to continue doing that for as long as I'm reefing. Let me catch up. Philip. Yes. Then we can make that happen because I work in Baltimore. Have we talked? $400 degrees, less than 10 minutes, LEDs came right off. That's what I'm talking about. That's good information right there. I'm writing that down. 400 F, 10 minutes. LEDs flowed. See, that's a super easy way. That's way easier than what I'm doing. Just need to work in the oven. That's the right way. Probably make less of a mess too. Philip. I have a 6-line in the display. That's why the display tank is it's a non-issue. It's not a concern for me. And I got some fancy stuff in there. I also have some fancy stuff in the frag tank, but I don't know. Maybe it's a recent thing. Maybe I dip everything too. I don't get it. So I must have missed some eggs on something that came in. But whatever. We'll get past it. Would you sell a few of the acrylic bodies you made for the Rapid LED chips? Nick, totally will, but I'm not done designing that. Philip, I'll show this. I'm not done designing that body. I need to spend a little more time on it, but I'm close. But yeah, I can give you the design for free, or I could sell you the bodies. So do 50% at peak for ramp up. Gotcha. Get on Instagram. That's the way I communicate mostly. That way there's a record of it, right? That way everything's there and I can go back and look and then if I forget, because I'm old, then you can jump back in there and remind me and I'll still see it. Because I think except for one person, I accept all DMs and will respond. Heavy griddle under it. Oh, you know what? I have one of those stovetop griddle kind of things for making pancakes on a gas stove. I bet that would work. I'll have to try that. Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready with those Rapid LED lights. I bought another one, so I have 3 blues and a red, and I need to get off my ass and make an acrylic body for those things. because they're kind of cool. Shout out to Bandit Hill for hooking a brother up with 400 degrees for less than 10 minutes. Get the LEDs to flow. That way you don't have to make this stupid mess like I did here. I think I'm going to jump, y'all. I think I'm going to go downstairs and watch some TV. Tomorrow's work day. Working from home day. I'll be in... Hey, Philip, I'll be in Baltimore Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think. Let me know if you're looking for anything. Anything that's coming out of the display. Whatever. I'm going to dip everything that's outgoing anyway. So if you need something, hit me up. And if I have something. I do have a bunch of Purple Monty right now. And a couple more Pink Floyd chalices. That's what I was getting rid of first. Mara, thanks for what? Thanks for maybe scaring you because I just said I had bugs in my tank that I just found out about Friday. Or for helping me out because you came and got corals from me super cheap. Hopefully it's B. All right, y'all. First, I let the music run a little bit early. I'm going to figure that out eventually. I actually went live this week, which was amazing because last week I just sat there yammering on for 15 minutes forgetting to go live. So that's good. And we did a little soldering. We did a little Reef Brite repaired. We did a little what's inside. So you got to see this sweet metal reflector that was siliconed. That's the right way. That's not the way the new ones are. There was silicone in, so that was good. You got to see no wire nuts, which is the right way, which is different than the new ones. You got these nice and soldered. These were taped in. That's fine. I think I'd probably silicone these in place, but that's just me. And it looks like I have a few LEDs yet to repair, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. It'll work again. All right, y'all. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you Monday people in freaking Australia have a good week. And I suppose that's it. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Be kind, everybody. Thanks. I appreciate all the kind words. I appreciate the support. Good, Mara. I'm glad you dipped. Hope you didn't see anything. And happy reefing. I know I already said it, but be kind. Thanks.